Welcome back, my dark beans, to the WTF News. On us, What the Beep? Hosted by me, Nightwolf51, with the cake people. And today we're going to be talking about what's been happening with Blizzard, Activision Blizzard lately. If you don't know what's happening, I'm going to give you the highlights here. But before we start, just let you know, I did make a last video. I will leave that link down below. And just let you know, this, like I said, this news network is about... This WTF News is just about spreading the word. I'm not taking any credit for anything. I'm just spreading this word as far as I can. Now, as I was saying, I'll have links to my last video down below, so that way you can look up that, because that has a lot of information what's happening. It'll also have links to Yang Ye's videos, which is where I got my information from. So, yes, they will be linked up from 1 to 3, so there will be an order. There's a third one up there that I did not, that unfortunately that unfortunately he already put up after I made the video, so I decided just to add it to the links there, so that way you guys can check it out as well. I don't know if it has basically mostly what's been happening. So yeah, please look before you start the video. Look up that one to be caught up with everything. But I will give you the highlights here. It also have the links to his videos right now. So far, yeah, like I said, this video. The last video is going to be in the links down below. Alright, now let's continue. Now the highlights here is what's happening currently. And what's happened is that basically Activision Blizzard has getting in a lot of hot water right now. And there's been new evidence to presume that basically they have their own Blizzard China version, on the Weibo, I think, or Weibo, I don't know what it is, where they have the profile over there, and this is what it said. Just to let you know, I do have Young Ye's video to get some information out, so I can look up on the fly. But right now, this is what it said on the China account. This is if you remember what they said for the West, that's ours. But for China, this is what they said: "We are very angered and disappointed at what happened at the event, and do not condone it. In any way, we also highly object to spreading of personal political beliefs in this matter. Effective immediately, we banned the contestant from events and terminated work with the broadcasters. We will always respect and defend the pride of our country." Basically, the pride of our country, you're not defending anything. It's the pride of freaking the Chinese government. Just to let you know this now, people, it's not the people in China. It's the Chinese government that basically has the hold on everything there. Basically, yeah. And Tencent, unfortunately, is the one that has the gateway to China, and of course, it's a big corporation there. But that's what it was on the last video. Now, continue on what's happening. Before that, basically, if I remember the highlights, basically, it all started with a YouTuber named Bliss Chung. That's his Hearthstone playing name. I don't remember his full name. Let me know down below. And basically, he got terminated for saying, "Liberate Hong Kong, the revolution of our age." Basically, he was fighting for human rights over in China. And if you don't know what the Hong Kong protest is basically about, because of a bill happened, and the Chinese government basically put out, where they were able to extradite people to the mainland of China to be tried there. And basically, the people have been doing a protest with umbrellas and masks, letting them know that that'll be against human rights. And basically, that's what Bliss Chung was doing for. Now, just to let you know, of course, it is against the rules to do political beliefs, because if we didn't have the rules, then basically every freaking gaming network would be basically spreading out beliefs. But like I said, this is a fair thing, and which is why it's getting out of control. And the reason why is because Activision Blizzard took action and basically banned Bliss Chung for a year. Literally for a year. What was it? I think October 5th of 2020 of next year. And fired the two newscasters over there that were supposed to be calling the event. Now, like I said, I don't know whether it's true or not, but sources say that these two were in on it. But that's saying on sources. I don't know whether it's true or not. So let me know if that is true down below. And they basically, for a year, basically people were saying that this is basically what would happen if China would punish someone that did this. And I have to agree. Basically, China would literally, and this is basically for China to look at. So because they were watching the basically Hearthstone thing. So basically, Activision Blizzard basically kneeled down and basically told China that we will punish this person by doing it this way, so that way they don't get in trouble. Unfortunately, they're in trouble with the community of us. That's basically what happened, and now they're in hot water. Like I said, if you want to know any more information, look it down below for the links. Now let's continue on with the next one, and the next portion is that basically currently some other people have rose up. There was also U.S. Newscasters. What was it? What was it? I'm trying to remember here. Oh, U.S. College students who did the exact same thing. Actually, they put a sign up about saying "Free Hong Kong, boycott Blitz," basically Blizzard, and basically, sorry about that. And basically, they basically got their camera panned away to some newscasters and who were trying to cover up the situation, which I have to say is kind of stupid here. And basically, that's be about it for them. But here's the thing: everybody was saying that there's no way that they're. But before then, people were saying that there's no way they're gonna punish these guys. There was no way they would not punish these guys, because if they don't, that there's gonna be a PR nightmare for them. And guess what? Not a day goes by, not a day later, they did not get punished, and they are still in the competition, which I have to say is freaking bull on that one. That's basically what happened. Everybody was agreeing that thought that the Blizzard would not do that. If they did, then they would basically be shooting themselves in the foot, which they did. Yeah, I don't know what Blizzard were thinking that. And thanks to that, they basically have PR nightmare now. And what's the more here is that what was I saying? That those three gamers, college students, basically decided that they were not going to stay in this competition because they do not want to support Blizzard for being a hypocrisy right now, because Blizzard basically is hypocritical right now. They basically punished Blitzchung because China was watching, but when China isn't watching, basically Blizzard just decided just to give them a pass and just let it go. Yeah, which I have to say is pretty stupid. I don't know why Blizzard's like bending their knees right here. But like I said, it's not the employees, it's the higher ups that are doing this. Now, that's basically what's happening right now. And of course, Blizzard is in a whole lot of shit storm right now, or a whole bunch of duty here right now. And that's what's happening for that one. Now, before I continue on, there was some information that I did spread out on the last video. There's a point in the video that I said that it was disgusting that some employees would like cover the what was it, Think Globally and Every Voice Matters thing. I thought it was because they were trying to hide the fact that they were going to be, that people were using these, and they decided to hide the fact because they didn't want any more wanted to use these words against them. But it was actually employees who were upset what Blizzard has done. So employees actually covered those plaques above him, which I have to say, I apologize for the misinformation. All right, hopefully you guys can forgive me, and I applaud the employees who did that. And speaking of the employees, there's actually a situation where some employees actually walked out of work and literally had basically stood in front of the statue, the orc statue, riding a giant wolf, and they decided to sit out there with umbrellas, which was a representative of the Hong Kong protest, which I have to say is like over 30 appeared there, and later on it started to diminish. But even so, I am glad that those employees did that, and it was right where that the higher ups can see them. I don't know what's happening with the employees right now. Hopefully they're all right. Hopefully they still have their jobs. But this is very powerful right now that these guys were willing to do this, and they are against this hypocrisy that Blizzard has done. Basically, many employees are also against this, and yeah, that's basically what happened during the week. And now let's get back to the news. I know it's been a long recap, so just leave at 9. So just leave right here. So I'm sorry for the long recap. I will leave the time down below. Well, the writing of the time. I don't know if I can put still have no idea how to do anything here. So I'll just leave you the time on down below. Hopefully. I'll probably forget. But right now, let's get down to business. Now, what's happening currently is that there is now going to be a protest happening. What is it? A protest happening. And before I continue on this, a newscaster actually left Blizzard and left the stop being a newscaster and said that they do not feel comfortable. They contacted them and did not feel comfortable doing that. So I applaud that person. Like I said, if you want any more information, I will leave the links down below so you get the full story. It has been a few days, but I have to say this now. This has been going on for a while now. And like I said, Blue, I got protest. Oh, wait, I think... Oh, well, that's stupid. Yeah. I think I actually put those in. I don't know when. I have no idea. If somebody put down below where I put out where you should be skipping over this, because I basically talked about the other two as well. Now, before I continue, yes, so the Blizzard's, the newscaster decided to leave Blizzard, basically, well, not the company, basically contacted them and saying that I will not be working with them because he doesn't feel comfortable. There's also was one where later on where they made a press release. Well, I don't know what it was. Put up some sort of press something. I forgot what it was. A boilerplate response. There we go. And said this, that they were basically doing this because they didn't want political beliefs here, that there needs to be a line, that Blitzchung wrote a contract, which I have to say is, alright, he wrote a contract for that, but punishing Blitzchung and the newscasters for a year-long ban. I think that actually the newscasters got fired for this, but to literally put a ban on him for a year, now that one is over excessive. I can understand a slap on the wrist or a fine, but right now, doing that, it does not make it right here. Like I said, a year-long ban does not make it work. And they said that they wanted to, because he wrote a contract and he knew about the rules. Okay, obviously, yes, I know about that, but doing this is bad still. And then they decided to put Blitzchung and the newscasters for 6 months instead. So basically half a year being banned from Hearthstone. And basically, if Blitzchung wants to continue working with them, so be it. But he's still deciding here. But I have to say this now, 6 months is still too long, and basically even said this on the press release saying that, oh, well, it was more appropriate. More appropriate, my butt. There shouldn't be punishment handed out at all for the newscasters, but for Blitzchung, I will understand if it was a fine. If you wanted to, or like a ban on a couple matches because he did this. But a whole year and then switching it to 6 months is still too long. It should be not at all be functioning like this. And also, the newscasters should not be punished at all. That is beyond bull. And it just surprises me how much Blizzard is willing to do this. And now, even more, they're in serious hot water because now even politicians are getting in on this. And when I mean politicians, I mean both Republicans and Democrats. And you know those two do not cooperate at all. But now they're united on this because, yeah, Activision Blizzard is literally bending a knee to, China is literally bad news. And they realized that they even said that they were willing to, one of the senators, I think, said that Blizzard is willing to humiliate itself just to make a quick buck. And basically many other companies are being thrown into question here. Where basically any company who has any ties to China in financial business basically are on the topic right now. Which I have to say is very good because we need to spread this around and basically make other companies question it. There's also there's also Epic Games that said that they would not have done this at all, but that is hearsay because Tencent does own 40% of it. 40% of Epic Games. There's also 100% on Riot and 5% in of Activision Blizzard and Ubisoft. I can't remember. I think it's like 10 to 15. I may be wrong. I may be way off, but let me know down in the comments with Ubisoft. And right now there's a bunch of companies. Basically, Tencent has almost half of the gaming community right now, and that is serious. Hopefully we can push back, and hopefully we can teach these companies not to do this because this is stupid right now. We should not be doing this. This is a dude, this is a country we live in. If a country does this in their own country, let them do their stuff in their own country. They can do whatever they want in their country. It's only when the people rise up is when I will support the people over the government. If the people are satisfied with what they're doing in their country, then so be it. But here's the thing, that's another country. We're on freaking American soil, and I know that keeping the peace is everything and all. But here's the thing, these companies are literally bending over backwards just to please China, a different country's company, because they want money. Look, I understand that you want to make money, but you can't just sacrifice your ideals here. Basically, this country, dude, these companies are willing to basically disgrace themselves just to make money. Well, here's the thing, Activision Blizzard. It's not going down like that. We are not going to let you guys get away with this. Heck, any company that's willing to bend over backwards for Chinese government is going to be taken down a peg. I'm not joking here. And now, this is worldwide, so it's now international news. So it's an international crisis here. Because really, if another country is willing to bend over backwards for another country's ideals, then that will bring a lot of questions down here. Not only that, other countries are probably realizing, well, what if our countries do the exact same thing? It's getting international news, and it's an international incident right now for what Blizzard has done. And right now, the Chinese government and Blizzard are probably wondering now, why the heck? We're hoping that this would die down right now. It's not dying down. You literally crossed the line here by supporting Blizzard. You literally crossed the line here for supporting the Chinese government. And Chinese government, you literally crossed the line by forcing another country by doing this. There is no way that we're going to let this stand. At all. This is for freedom of human rights. And letting another country push over another country because of money is so wrong. I know money is powerful, but even still, letting another country make another country do their bidding is so wrong right now. It is seriously so wrong. And hopefully these companies do back out. I know China is a huge market, but to sacrifice your ideals in another country just so you can get money from another country is such a stupid thing. It is unbelievable. Activision Blizzard, you need to act now and to stop doing this. Because right now, it's not dying down. And BlizzCon is literally just a matter of weeks away. And what I need to talk about BlizzCon is that basically there's going to be a protest about to being planned for the outrage of what's happening against Blizzard. And right now, Blizzard response and also Blitzchung has response. He's actually a cool-headed person. So like I said, I will leave the link to Yong's videos right here because I have the list right here on my console right now. So I will be leaving the links down below so you can get the full details here. Alright, now let's continue on. Now there's also an issue, there's also another thing, and I hope this goes through because I want to see protesters at BlizzCon with posters, with cosplays of May, with supporting of Hong Kong, because this is such idiocy that it needs to be made public that we will not stand for this. Blizzard, you literally woke a sleeping giant. Yeah, I'm using that line. You literally woken up a sleeping giant in the gaming community, and now not just the gaming community, but the entire world. Every community is now aligned with Hong Kong. You literally woken up a sleeping giant. Every community is against you right now. And every community is starting to go against, hopefully they're starting to go against the governments, the corporations in their own countries as well. Making sure that they are saying, hopefully, yeah, like I said, America isn't the only country that might have corporations associated with China. And if that's true, then this is a bad day for everybody. But even so, hopefully the people in those countries are willing to stand up against them. Like I said, we have news. We have literally the news reports. We have different communities speaking up about this. We have the gaming community. We have many other communities standing up for them. This is a literally incident right happening. A national incident right now. Actually, a global incident. International. Like I said. and hopefully this continues on. But considering how it's going on, yeah, the outrage is happening, and Blizzard's made a response, and it's a boilerplate, stupid response that nobody's believing right now. It's just basically put fuel on the fire, and when the BlizzCon does happen, and there's protests, now BlizzCon's gonna be very interesting right now. I hope that it goes peacefully, because right now this protest is about peaceful means. But I also have something to think. What will Activision Blizzard do? Because the only thing they have to do is like to basically not even to not have Q&As at all, and or to have security ready to pull people out of the crowd in case anyone starts speaking out. Because if they start doing stuff like that, then basically they're being inspired by China's governmental thing. Because you know how China does their government. They remove people who are up against them. Now, like I said, Activision Blizzard, you have two choices. You gotta go back. You gotta start backing out of this stuff now. You align with Chinese government is such a stupid thing to do right now, that if you're willing to sacrifice your ideals just to make a quick buck, then I hope that you start crashing down and start losing your reputation. And heck, any company that sides with the Chinese government, hopefully they suffer the same fate. I don't want this to happen, but if these corporates are willing to sacrifice their own ideals just to satisfy the Chinese government's authoritarian government, I'm sorry, I just can't. Now, to continue on with this, we have also Overwatch's character Mei. If you don't know who Mei is, she's a Chinese character, the only Chinese character there, and she's now being used as a protester, as an icon to the protesting. And I have to say, it's fantastic to see, and the irony right now to see that Mei is now being used as the symbol for the protesters in China, at the Hong Kong. I'm amazed Blizzard hasn't done anything about this. I'm amazed that basically Activision Blizzard hasn't said anything about Mei at all. Heck, for all we know, they might have done it by the time this video has come up. And like I said, if Activision Blizzard does anything that involves banning Mei, saying that Mei is like, or basically they might do something worse, like retconning her lore and saying that she's not a Chinese character at all. Oh my gosh, the now that you think about it, if Blizzard is that serious about getting rid of, trying to hide this fact, think about what would happen if they tried to retcon her lore, Mei's lore. If they do that, that is going way overboard now. Hopefully they don't do that, but if they do, my gosh, Blizzard has literally lost it and is doing whatever it takes to basically bend over backwards for China. I hope they don't do that. Because, look, I may not play Overwatch anymore, but I do like the game. And the characters as well. And if they decide to retcon Mei, that is going to be very awful. Like I said, Mei is now being used as a symbol for the Hong Kong protesters, which I love. The symbols, she's been changed, altered for the protesters, which is why I said there's going to be a protest, and people were discussing whether or not they're going to be bringing the masks, and they're going to be bringing the umbrella, which is the symbol of the protest. And also, people are saying that some people should start cosplaying as Mei in the different with the symbols of the Hong Kong protesters in support of them. And if this happens, Activision Blizzard, you should not do anything, because the moment you start going against them, because we both know, if Blizzard really wants to hide this fact, they are going to need to literally go off. The only thing they can do to stop this is to basically stop working with China with everything. China, they need to stop working with China and stop bending over backwards for them. I know that's for money, but you got to realize that is not right. Sacrificing people's rights for your cash grab. But I also know that some people cannot do this and can't basically do anything, because that's literally the wallets. And also there are some people who cannot rise up against Activision Blizzard. Like, some news characters are not in financial ways right now, which I understand. if you guys do not want to go against Activision Blizzard, so be it. Because I understand that you need their job and all that. It's your right. I'm not gonna go at it with you guys. It's your right to do this. All right. Now, as I was saying before, hopefully more. But like I said before, hopefully more people start rising up against them, including people within Blizzard. But I understand if they can't do that because they still need the job to help feed their families and everything. If you guys want to keep doing that, so be it. I'm not berating you guys. That is your choice. What I am berating are basically the corporate greeders who are the higher ups who are forcing people to do this. Alright, that's about it. I think I've got everything. If I left out anything, please let me know down in the comments. And like I said, I will leave a link to my last video for you guys to look up. It's because they will have the information there and the 3 videos for Yongye. And I will also have Yongye's 3 other videos down below as well. They'll be ordered from 1 to 3 for the last video, and for this one 1 to 3 as well. I'll always put a number down below in case there's multiple videos of the same person. And yeah, hopefully this succeeds. Because we need to show Blizzard, Activision Blizzard, and also any other corporate person, any other corporate body who are willing to sacrifice their ideals just to please the Chinese government. Okay, get ready for backlash. And I think that's about it. I'm sorry that it was longer than usual, but I literally need to get this out to you guys. And like I said, let me know down in the comments if I forgot anything. And I think I'm forgetting something too. Oh yeah, like I said, if Blizzard's watching, when this protest happens at BlizzCon in November, I think it's November 1st, do not do what I think you're about to do. And that is to try to stop them or ban people from entering the place because they support Hong Kong. If you try to stop them, that is a whole mess of eggs right there that you're about to shatter. Alright, that's about it. Let me know down in the comments down below. I may be forgetting something, so let me know down below. Or just look up Yongye's video to see all the information that I got from him. Alright? It's basically all combined. All the information I saw from Yongye are combined in this half of the video. Alright. And that's about it. Let me know down in the comments. Like and subscribe. Let me know if you're gonna go to the protest over at BlizzCon and what you're about, and hopefully you're going there for peace terms. This is all about peace here. Like I said, let me know what's your questions, if they do a Q&A, and also, yeah, let me know what your feelings about this. And yeah, that's all I have left to say here. Yeah, like I said, comment, subscribe to my Dark Army, press the bell next to the subscribe button to be notified whenever my videos come up, or just come to my channel every once in a while to see if I updated, because YouTube doesn't put my channel up for some reason. And share this video as well, please, so we can spread the word as much as possible. This needs to keep spreading. We do not want this to die down. Alright, like I said, enjoy your day. And like I said, if there's anything I'll put up, and just like if Yongye has posted any other video, I will link the next one down below that one. Alright, like I said, I will link as many videos as I possibly can if there's updated. Like I said, I'm not taking credit here. Now, my dark minions, dismissed.